Hi, Saseni. This is Koi, and today we're going to read some feedback and comments for Der, a Red Mashuja. What is Der? Der is my video art documentary short that's on the theme of the Kenyan Revolution that's happening right now. That's been happening from, I guess, from a long time, but the high point, the boiling point, came around June, July last year, and the documentary shot seeks towards what next in our revolution, in our pursuit for change. What next? Yeah, so we had the premiere screening on 11th of December last year. Big highlight of everything, highlight of my creative journey. Yeah, I was thinking ahead of my creative journey so far. It was awesome. The audience was great. I'm putting together the making of video, like a comprehensive BTS, a fancy BTS, on everything from the beginning to the very end, and hopefully on what comes next for there. So anyway, all that aside, I think that I already shared the photos, the nana, big day, and I had shared a form feedback of what to give me the responses, really, also in person and through this form. And now, as I'm speaking, there is actually open to the public. It's on my YouTube page. I had planned on not really doing that early on and give it some time, do maybe a whole marketing thing around it and all that, and go on some festival runs and competitions and do that. So I will still be doing all those things, but I felt it's important for it to just be out there, because I'll be exploring that style and improving on it and elevating it more, the video art, mixed media, you know, that style. So I felt it's important for it to be better to hear people's comment. Also, it's practice. And then yeah, I'll be making more projects and more tight, small and big stories from there, and also in other, in other spaces. So I felt like, oh, it's timely. Let me just, give it to the people and keep the momentum, because I realized this January is going to be so busy, so intensive, for something that I'm part of, at least for this first quarter, and most of my energy and effort will go towards that. And I wouldn't really have, again, been a one teamish person, because my brother is like my creative partner, and is my director of photography for this one, because I also appear in some aspects of this documentary. But we also we are not, I'm in Nairobi, he's in Nakuru, and there's a lot happening. So I end up most of the time I'm doing the chunk of it by myself, which is okay. So yeah, I felt like, oh, I wouldn't really have enough time to do everything, plus whatever is happening this January. So yeah, I decided, okay, let the people, give the people what they want, show them the money, everything. Okay, so now we'll go to the comments. So I have some here from the Google Forms that I shared to people, and some people gave them physically to my face, and some on WhatsApp and notes and voice notes and all that. And I appreciate that. So today we'll be going through this one and maybe highlighting some of the recurring ones. Okay, so are we ready? Let's go. In the 4 minute mark. Let's go. Well, this is so interesting because I've changed this bit and I'm feeling like continuity. Anyway, so the first question was, overall, how would you rate the documentary? And we had majority of people said it was excellent, and a few said it was good. That's a good feedback, and I remember even during the rehearsals people are happy, and of course, I mean, disclaimer, feedback and creatives, that's also a very sensitive thing. I remember I was kind of tense, and I was like, but I know it's important because of peer review, and again, also working in a just ideally the two of us, so it's a small team, so having like another eye or another, voice into it, and they might spot things that we have missed. So feedback is also, it's always important in the right dosages, And I think we'll do a whole video on just feedback for creatives and for creative work and for art in general. But yeah, this was a good feedback, at least for the beginning. I told people to be very honest and to give me something also actionable, constructive. Then yeah, you filter out what you need, and the rest, just appreciate it. So excellent was the high point. Awesome. Now, the second question: what did you enjoy the most about the documentary? Nah, so we have some are recurring, some are the same, but I think we have like this first one. The transitions are top notch. The image are reused. The cohesiveness in the entire documentary. Yeah. So my favorite parts when in the creation process is the conception of the idea and the post production. That's the editing bit specifically, and the chopping bits, and also now adding a soundscape to it, sound design. Those are my two favorite parts. I mean, if I had to rank, they happen almost simultaneously. So seeing that people appreciated this, because again there is it's video art, and it's also in four visual chapters. It's heavy on visual symbolism, motifs. That's what I wanted to go for this story, and to kind of articulate what I was trying to say. And seeing that I love those two bits, also so like a homage to the, creatives, and to that bit, I'm like, yeah. So seeing people appreciate that, and that being what in our capture, I appreciated that. And again, you'll find that I use very little dialogue, like monologues or dialogues or words, people speaking. I prefer to use more on sound and the visuals. So again, you'll find most of the people commenting on that, because that's the those are the mediums I'll use to communicate, not necessarily the story, not necessarily words and all these like things. Yeah, so I like the people. That was like the first thing that people, of course, noticed. I had fun editing, and I can't wait to do now the next thing, because the more you do something, then you learn, then you elevate, then so I can't. Yeah. Anyway, the next one, how the visuals are authentic. Yeah, I tried to use. I like the documentary style of taking um motions or pictures or videos, because it's very authentic. It's it's the handheld cameras, it's the shaky bits, it's the crash zones. I like that because it's very, you feel it, like it has texture, it has, it has a life to it, it has a personality to it, and I love that. So again, I tapped into that in my way. The weaving together of different forms of art to communicate, and also the symbolism, which you absolutely nailed. I really appreciate this comment, because that's the thing I'm going for. Even now, I'm trying the next koi projects that I'll be doing, like personal passion projects, is really on the African folklore, yes, but also really reimagining African folklore, but also really tapping into the symbolism and motifs and bringing that out creatively, and seeing that, that came out, so happy and glad, because that's something I'm really looking to really fine tune and to be perfect in. So yeah, and the weaving of different art forms. For the first time, this was my first time painting using watercolors. So when we went to the for the residency, we were together with other artists, actual visual artists and painters, mural artists, graffiti artists, and we were able to work together, experiment, and see how they do their thing. Usually I will just draw and doodle, but then I wanted to take it to another level, and I felt like this will be like a good challenge and something to to keep me interested, so that I'm not just in my comfort zone. Yeah? And I've always wanted to know how to paint, so I was like, this is the opportunity, and I have everything I will need. Like when I put it all those things I will need in the budget, and I, it was a task and it was a challenge. I always try to have those new things I'm picking in whatever project I'm doing. So seeing first time exhibiting my 8 original watercolor paintings, I was quite happy, and can't wait to see how I combine more, yes, physical art, but also mixed media and motion graphics. but creatively in film and cinema. Okay, so then the next one, everything voiceover, the flow of the documentary script, and of course my nephew. Yes, this part. So okay, let's start with the voiceovers. First time doing voiceovers, so I felt like the only trap for this one would for this kind of project was again using very little or no dialogues whatsoever. The trap would be for this to be very abstract and people to like not understand your Peter. So I decided yes, I'll have a mixture of both, and to make it try to make it relatable to people, I used voiceovers. So I also rarely use voiceovers, and I used to voiceovers of myself. People are like, oh, nani anonga, is it you? Yeah, it's me. Okay, I was using different pitches, but it is me. And I felt like voiceovers would communicate well, and at least there's some variety and there's some flow to the chapters and to the transitions of all this. So of course I'll get now better, hopefully I'll get better at recording sound, like now people sound more dialogue sound or voiceover sounds, and yeah, and kind of now increase that toolkit for myself, because I never really invested in that because I wasn't focused on that. Now I'll, yeah, it's good. It actually really helps a lot, especially if you're if you're doing something on a limited time and budget and you can't really have people talking or even cast for people. This really helps. And when I feel so in that chapter, the liberated flag, it features a short 1 minute film. So it's a 1 minute smartphone, 1 minute smartphone film inside this documentary, a film within a film, Inception. For if you know, you know. So yeah, so it features my nephew. You can't really see his face because again also he's young, but he's in there, and if you watch it you'll understand. And actually people really love it because it has some humor into it and some heart into it. And yeah, and it also talks about the title is Heavy's the Crown. Heavy's the Crown, and it talks, on some like or I want to say it because again, not dialogue. It brings out, or it tries to articulate through sound and visuals something very very important. Yep. Next. Next. So yeah, most it's the same with the video art, so our brains, the soundtracks, the voiceover, the colors, the editing was unique, the storytelling was gripping, the four colors of the flag, the tone, the what shot in a very creative manner, the concept. So thank you very much. I'm glad I was able, because the biggest story for me was like, how do I bring all these four different chapters together, these four different ideas? How do I make it one? So that's where the transitions, be it through story and the color and the pictures and the paintings, came in. But for it to also flow, it's part of one thing. I've just put it into different chapters, but it's one and the same thing. It's just to make it, so someone can understand it better. Yeah. Next question: was there any part of the documentary that you found confusing or unclear? So we had a few people said yes and some no. Nice. So if yes, please tell us. Oh yes, I remember reading this comment. So this person says, as a low vision person, I feel at some point the speed of the caption was kind of higher. So at some point, I felt like I felt a bit left out. I totally understand that. So I think one of the even from the person who made this, one of the recommendations, I will get to that question just continuing, is to at least have the caption. So yeah, I didn't during the premiere we didn't have captions for the at least for the voiceover bits. We only had two chapters that had voice like words people speaking. So that was like one thing I picked, at least to add captions. why I didn't add captions before is I think it was because again I don't do voiceovers that much. But also I was like, these voiceovers will take away from from the pictures, like from the visuals, and people like that's like the focus. That's the thing. Was like, I mean, for the chapters where we do have the voiceovers, the voice is actually the main thing. That's like the subject that people are following. So yeah, and then depending on where you're showing it or how someone is watching it, is it on their phone or it's like in a hall and whatever, like while we were at Kenya National Theatre, you don't know about their sound system. Sometimes it sounded, there's like a lot of bass, sometimes it's compressed, sometimes it's expanded. So also you don't quite know the sound of the sound system in that space. So and how, and if your words will actually be clear or they'll kind of sound muffled. So yeah, definitely adding captions for that. And I, again, some bits were yes fast, but that was this is for the visuals. That was some bits, because I know the bit that they're talking about in the second chapter. And then the second chapter had four other things within it, four other motifs inside there. I definitely believe it's on the White Trumpet where we did have like some graphic posters, coming in and very quick as the pace continues. That was intentional, and I was like, oh, that I'm not going to change because that was the choice. And for those graphics, I think I had also made another small visualizer on them, and I felt like I didn't want to have like to repeat them on there. But then this is the thing that you have to know, like people repeat, repeat, because not everyone has seen. Because Joe, you and go in the cutting room, you've said like, I've seen this so many times, I'm going to remove it. But people have actually not seen it. So, and every time there's a new audience, a new person coming in, and you want them to feel, that. So, don't be tired of repeating. It's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of it. So yeah, that's what I learned on that. And yeah, adding captions on just adding captions. It helps. It helps a lot, even if you're speaking the local language or the English language. Okay, this thing. How engaging did you find the storytelling? Most found it very engaging, and I'm glad that the medium of the visuals worked in that way. The next question: how did the visuals? Did you, for example, the cinematography? Oh, shout out to my bro. The editing and sound design contribute to the experience of the documentary. Overall, positive words, right? Cinematography was on point and had some raw videos which one could relate with. I definitely imagine this would be probably in the towards the end when we have some beats from the protest, me being in the protest. And yeah, I think that was one of the last things I added, because when the four chapters are complete, the fourth one is the game. It was like, how do I transition from this one? And then the game was like the one I was least confident in, because I had a whole different vision on that one. um but I didn't really have the time and resources to pull it off in time. So now, like, I tried to just find something to be able to make that idea come out, but I will be still going with the initial one and improve on it. So I was like, okay, now I need to find something strong to end, now to like take us to the outro, to the like now the outro, because the game can't be the outro, like it's part of the chapters. So we need an outro, just like there we had though, and we just began immediately, which is important because we want to people to ingia ndani. So I wanted a very strong outro, and I felt like I think the protest bits and the videos were very impactful, important. And yeah, at least what I was happy with was like those protest videos were not just the entire documentary, because I think we have seen, which is good for documentation and archiving, like, yeah, share those videos, but sometimes we find that's the only chunk that is the entire document, just pictures of protest, like no, maybe communication or words or people explaining this and that. And yes, we understand it, and I love that. But and then there were so many like sizes ziko mingi again. Maybe this is not for it, but I felt like I've seen them so many, and I didn't want to just, because that was like the obvious option. If you are making a project based on the mandamano, like that would be the obvious thing to do, to just, especially if you're saying now this is a digital artist or filmmaker, of course you'll expect that. So I was like, but now this one is a good outro, and it fits perfectly and brings everything together. Thank you for that comment. We have this one: absolutely improved the engagement, allows you to see the message from different angles, again the different art forms beautifully. I felt like you chose everything intentionally. I did try to choose to so now with the kind of scripts that I make are visual scripts, visual elements. So I start with the conception of the idea, then I kind of attach visual elements to it, do a lot of research and references. So again, I have like a why, and that urgency. And then so it's not just just a creative navel gazing, but also like we also want to communicate something. Yeah, so then I break down the script now into the different scenes, or is it going to be in chapters, what are those chapters about, what's the feeling, and all that. Then yeah, I don't do like very again, because I'm in the independent world. It's not like complex whole scripts writing, and it's very much, it's so fluid, but making sure that you have it is important, because it's a guide. Otherwise you'll utapotea, you will go into very weird places if you don't have a guideline. It really helps having a script. However, it doesn't have to be like the most complex script in the world, but having something, a guide, it's very important. Yeah. So emotional sparks that trigger momentum and bliss. So this was also another thing. I've always wondered if if any of my if work, I think there's something for creative people, like, is what I'm putting out, is it like emotive? Is it making people have that call to action? Is it like, because as filmmakers, I would imagine, because you also are a fan, or someone who also appreciates other art forms and even other films, and obviously remember that one that made you cry, made you laugh, made you feel all these things. So that was also something I appreciated that came out, and a couple of people told me, yeah, that once you're laughing, when I hear a laugh, I'm like, oh yeah, I laugh. When it's serious, I hear yeah. So seeing those different emotional whatever is, I loved that, and I really also want to be better and to improve and keep elevating and have those things, because you can't always go and you can't just be you have to, this is the best place to be at. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, very captivating, honestly. As soon as you started playing, I felt the cinema vibe. Woo, cinema, absolute cinema. Yeah, they played a huge role in the experience. I really enjoyed the sound design and so yeah, I'm happy that people picked up on this, because those are my strengths, and I wanted that to come out, obviously, while also experimenting with other things. I love experimenting. So yeah, this one was wow. So I like this, sitting in a room with subliminal messages, being subconsciously influenced. Yeah, again, the minimal dialogue and trying to dialogue. I think this is something I was listening in the conversation between Denny, Villeneuve, the guy from Dune and Arrival and Sicario and all that, and a director's interview between him and Luca Guadagnino, the guy for Challengers and Queer and Call Me by Your Name. So yeah, and they're also talking about dialogue, because they also kind of have those unique styles, which I like. And as much as, yes, they do have some commercial films, but they do a lot of like experimentation and alternative type of medium and stories. So and they were talking about how, they also kind of don't dialogue only when it matters, and dialogue does shouldn't be a tool of passing information. It should only be used like as an to show something, be it like a behavior or like an emotion, but not really a way to convey information. Or like, like those long expositions, someone is like they're talking and it doesn't feel even natural. So I liked that take, and like that really stuck with me, and that's the point. That's what I'm going for too. So yeah, I love that, and I hope to improve and get better in that. Next one, they have a huge impact on the overall. No, 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 well executed. Thank you. Yeah, something I used to see mostly used in reels being used in a documentary was mind blowing. I'm sure here they mean the editing, and well, I do have a background in videography for for like brands and all that. So I also learned that that was like a good experience, and some bits of it came true. But I don't want that to be like the thing. I want like good techniques. But then you have to experiment. And then these days, as you know, film has really the film making content, creating space, art space is really democratized easy because of technology. You can just make like a whole film, like a smartphone film, and so yeah, these mediums, these techniques will be merging. So you know what? I actually appreciate that. I receive it. I receive it. Next question. How would you describe the tone of the documentary? Okay, how would you describe the tone? The style tone? Okay. So majority went for creative and inspiring, then we had serious and thought provoking. Nice. That was nice. Creativity, I wanted that to come out. Also an ode to artists. That's why the first chapter is on the artist. I wanted to make that clear. This one is also for you guys. Yeah. So if others please describe. So it's kind of the same. Yeah. So I I love edutainment. I'll be honest, edutainment like content that also has knowledge and something within it, but also something that can be creative and fun. And to mix all those emotions, it's quite a task, and being able to do that, like again, this is the aim, not sure this, because this is also life, ebbs and flows, so that even time when you're sad you can relate to it, when you're happy you can relate to it, like there's a moment for that, and that's what life is. Okay, next question. What was your favorite quote, moment, or scene from the documentary? Because there was a lot of visual things happening. I added this question, and I was anticipating a very specific answer, and I think someone did comment that one. So sorry. So I think the first comment was I love the entire film, the voiceovers, camera angles, nini, nini. So for this person, the quote that hit home was every generation inherits a world it never made, and so yeah. So we have that. I love that quote too, and it fits perfectly with the third chapter and and the story that we are trying to say. Like when it comes at the very end, I felt it was perfect. I love that quote too, and it's very true and it's a very sobering like thing to think about. Yeah, the kid part and, and finding the flag. That's my nephew. Woohoo! Yeah, how that was featured in is just incredible. I love that people love that because also my nephew is there. But actually, in my copyright, I have credited him. He's an actor in that one, and the copyright and the royalties will come through. Yeah. So yeah, fan favorite. So we have this one was the artist again for my creatives. Yeah. Then on the introductory thing describing the artist. Haki yetu. Which part was Haki yetu? And I can't remember. Unless it was the demonstration. Haki yetu. I guess yeah. Mm-hmm. The next time I'm a photographer, so you really know what amazed me. I mean, it's the moment that the camera almost zooms to people on the cases. So that's what I was looking for, and I got it, and I was like happy. Yeah, thank you. But now that scene also, I there's the way it looks, but I also had a different vision for it. Just a slightly one, and again, time and you know, yeah, time. So I wanted like vile imezoom hivo. Well, the idea was for either me or my brother would, probably my brother angekuwa hapo because I do well with the handhelds. He also does, but I wanted him to be there because I had featured already on most of the bits. So angekuwa hapo already, then me from now tao from CBD where we're doing up just hapo kwa, I don't know that street anyway, capture him when he's on top there. That was like the goal, that was like the plan. This thing keeps changing color. Don't really know, it's orange. Anyway, yeah, you see? Wow. I prefer the blue one. Anyway, it's because of the background. So yeah, the goal was for one of us, now the main people, tungekuwa hapo, then zooms to them, then it kind of cuts to them being there, so it looks like one flow thing. But we weren't able because also you also have to pay for shooting while up there, so we didn't use the camera now actually being on KCC. But we had captured, we had like already taken that shot and it felt nice and it was good, so we just captured the guys who were already up there, the kids. And then so the idea was when you zoom out, when we have the turning, the way it went upside down, I will probably have made the thing is come down. You know, the you see like falling, the buildings, like the cars that were on the street like falling, like we'll have done a whole effects thing in there. But yeah, next time I should be even better. So don't worry. But I like that people got that, and it was a good mini. Also, I also wanted to flex again. My camera has an awesome zoom capability. It's a power shot camera. It's a very tiny one. Like you can carry it. Actually, wait. I'll get it badai. But yeah, it's power shot. It's those old ones, but like they're really good ones. A Canon S SX-H50. It's power shot. Yeah. Anyway, amazing. I even have photos like of the moon, and okay, if this is on LinkedIn, you've seen my previous post. There's some raw footage of the moon that I'm trying to incorporate in something else. Yeah. The other one, Heavy is the Crown again. Yes. The last part, how the music collaboration with Monaja. Alafu. I loved that song. So Manager, we were in the same group during the residency bit. That's how we we kind of met. And then for our group, because we had, we were in groups, and then we would have like a presentation of something and like an output of that time we were there. And so this song was also one of the things we started working on there as a group. But he mainly, like, that was like his beat. And so I was like happy to see it be like fully realized and part of that album for his project. And also for myself, the Four Crusaders was like my bit, and now seeing it fleshed out over there was awesome. So yeah, I'm happy. I love that song, and he was so kind and gracious. He just said, "Tumia jali, no copyright, no nini." Let me anyway, but he was like so kind, and it's a perfect song. I remember when I also showed my sister for the first time, because after finishing the final cut, um, that she my brother also liked it, he liked it, and also my sister was like, that's song, and then and then it begins, we start teasing it kwa the game, like, saa tutadu nini nini. I I remember trying to get that sound design and making and isolating that he's just his voice, and then towards the end go back to ngorilizuka wakanguka mpaka mtizo najiuliza mbele zangu kanayo somo najiuliza alafu monaja tulisema hiyo music video si nataka kuwa part of it. Personally I will pay to be in that music video. Anyway, that was an awesome, and I really also want to do now more collaborations, like more actual collaborations with other artists. Like that's the goal. You see, the goal of all this, yes, sending whatever message you're putting out there, but also like collaboration and community. That's like where the fulfillment is. Trust me, that's where it is. Community and collaboration, like creating something together. It just makes it worthwhile. Yeah, I loved Heavy's the Crown and the call to action on Let's Play. Again, the chase one. Yeah, so I was like, well, I'm not that confident in the. So for the game, I wanted to use this. I was trying to bring in this reference from the Queen's Gambit. For those who've seen that series, there's a place in her bedroom where she's sleeping, and then there's a chessboard that's upside down, and she's kind of like playing it in her head. So I wanted to kind of tap into that, but then again, I guess also something that didn't work for me is that I actually don't know how to play chess. So maybe some bits were like woo, but I'm learning. So I'm sure also once I do have the knowledge, like it'll be way easier to to kind of have creative things to it. You see, so my brother is a chess player, but at the time of putting now post production, he was not around. He would have done that perfectly, but it's nice. That was also good. Okay. So street shots of Koi, the Mandamano gives it the documentary. Alafu. Love that, and thank you so much. I remember when I also showed my parents, were like, "Oh, it's really nice. It's not like we get the message. It's there, and there's proof of you being in the streets, yeah." And then the last one, almost the last one. What impacts or new insights, perspectives, or revelations did the documentary have on you in regards to our Kenyan revolution and the pursuit of change? So again, no impact. M&E, monitoring and evaluation. Did it communicate something? Did people learn? This is also important. So someone says here the documentary reminded them of the hate you gave. I do have watched that film, another film, and I was not only challenged but also provoked to keep the struggle alive. Yeah, the goal is, I mean, if you can have a strong call to action and actually move people, that's where it's at. Next one, so yeah, thank you for that. Oh, that's a very generous comparison. Yeah, that's thank you. I don't think I have reached that level for not for the actual film, but if it reminded you of that, and hopefully you went and watch it back, and can gather energy. Next one, I need to be engaging more in the revolutionary matters of our system. Yeah, we all have a part to play in our different platforms, even if it's not in the creative space. Whatever you're doing, it's part of the whole and has an impact, and contributes to the bigger picture, and it's very important. It's an important piece, trust me. You can like that's a whole other video, honestly. Yeah. Next one, perhaps the revolution isn't a one front approach. All the mediums are just as important. Again, yes. Activism, true. Also protest, true. Also have other, I think maybe like over 100, over 200 non-violent forms of protest, even like. And those ones hit the hardest for them. These are they can't take you off the streets. They can't even find you. They can't fight you, and they can't find you. So I'm also very eager as again continuing this activism space, to also be able to tap into more of those forms of calling for change. Yeah, just like the ones that we suggested in the game the game video or chapter, but there's so many, and it's very strategic and actually very fun ones, and also very safe and legal ones. They can't be told nini. So I think I can also I can share some bits of that, because we explored a number during our residency program, which I really appreciated. I was like, oh, that I took. The need to keep pushing, because we are both individually and collectively the revolution. Again, yes. Accountability, transparency, and integrity. Yeah, these are things to really call out for. But then sometimes this can just also be words. So, what do you mean accountability? What do you mean transparency? What do you mean integrity? And then it's also on both sides both from the state and from the citizens. And there's this whole relationship within it. So breaking it down to something that even a young person or someone in the street can understand and relate to, because we do have those instances in our day-to-day life. So kind of bringing those connections and those contact points, so that it makes sense to people and it's not this big word that's here. Yeah, I also want to do more of that. Yeah, my work. Next one, the fact that it pays homage to the Gen Z stance in changing the system of ruling. It gave me hope to keep going on. Yes, tuzidi kuzidi. Alafu, tuzidi kuzidi. That's it. I mean, we have to keep tukichoka, and kuchoka is like it's part of it. Like it is, because it is an exhausting thing. So there's again ebbs and flows also, and time to recharge, to rethink, to strategize, to preserve energy, to withdraw kidogo kwanza. There's all these things happening, but but that constant pressure, that constant one is important, because you're not in the streets, we're in the digital world. Not we're in the street. No. Emails. Fufua IECC. Yo, end abduction. Okay, protest. Didn't end for me. Said nini. Write emails. Write those during the public participation. These are indicator emails. Report to the ICC. Like all those things. That pressure. That pressure momentum is still there, that's very important, because kuzidi. Because then you never forget. We never get that thing that we used to call that collective amnesia. There, like people forget mlisahau vile mlitusiwa the other election round. So you don't forget. Like we keep it, and that's like now that's the goal. That's the all whatever until 2027. We're in 2025 now. 2 more years. Like we have to shikilia tu, and so far things are boiling nicely. Hey, it's the beginning of the end. Anyway, it's the beginning of the end. Trust me, things are falling apart. I'm not saying that you're not actually not in that way, but you know what I mean. Because anyway, that one is for some other time. Okay. The last comment on this question. We always have talent, and all human beings have one. It only needs dedication and hard work to do our best. Yes. If it's something you love, see. Again, I've been lucky that like I'm doing what I actually love to do, and will do it not for free for myself, but these days no exposure, no, but it's something I will do whenever, however, for passion projects, for just practice, and for high level projects. I'm lucky that I do that, and I choose that, and it's going to be a different path, because it's sometimes best, because I was also it's best to like, let me have a 9 to 5 backup and yeah, it works, but only for sometimes, because I did have that, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting all this money in this place, but it's not even meaning. It's not making sense. It doesn't mean anything at all. It's empty. So being able to do something you love, it's awesome, and I think we should all strive for that, and it's just put it in the effort. Sometimes it comes too naturally, that you kind of forget the amount of effort you're putting into it. Sometimes sell yourself short. So again, having this structures, and being able to document your flow of work. It really shows you, oh yeah, input, 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 output, output, value, 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 value. So and that brings it to the overall quality of your work, and then the value and the the amount of expertise or whatever attached to it, and how it looks, and how it comes, and how it's presented, and how it's, and everything, marketing, and even the world you build around it. So it's all those things, but it's very natural things that we do every day. We're not being able to panga them vizuri, and yeah, it's we all have that, so we can all do that. Okay. Next one, our main cause of suffering are all our past leaders since independence. Oh yeah, I mean there's that leadership, politicians are politicking, leading, like being able to like actually point into those important. I mean, there's a whole other video again. The last one. In terms of impact, I think it's given me drive to keep going. Yeah, to keep hoping, to want change even more, because it is attainable if we want it. True. It has reminded me that we the people have the power. The people shall. The people will. The people. Yeah, it gave me the feeling I had every day of the protest period. Yes, being on the streets, taking that power. Mm. We the people, we the people. The people shall. The people have. Anyway, yeah, love that. What's next? Oh, everything is the revolution. I'm part of a system whether I like it or not, and if that system goes to shit, then it's gonna be bad for all of us. True. Woo, collective. Oh, another kuyon. This video is at 46 minutes now, almost an hour. Wow. But yeah, I wanted to also appreciate everyone, and it's awesome. So yeah, and it's gonna be bad for all of us if it all falls down. So the effects may not be felt now, but we'll eventually feel them. That is so true. That is so true. So yeah, we need to document these moments of revolution and revolutions forever. True. So again, seeing that chronological and order, and being able to refer back to history and no, see that happened because we did document, and then so that's where this question that politicians keep saying, where did the rain start hitting us? Because we had collective amnesia then, don't even remember, like, oh my god, we elected sorry, we elected a president and deputy president who are ICC convicts, or at least charged, and we forget that, and oh my, so again, yeah, effect, we'll feel those effects later. Oh gosh, niliwa won, here we are. Guys, and yeah, and it's so very, very important to document and archive these moments, very everything. I know, say we're in the thick of it, and yes, and there's like lots of videos all then in, but no, do not tire, do not tire, do not tire. Document, and say we're in the thick of it, so things are moving and changing very quickly, and you might forget, and you're also like, so what do I focus on? Trust the process, and yeah, uko mbele, it will make sense. Towards the last one, what was the length of the documentary appropriate? Just right. Yep. If the documentary were to have a follow-up or a sequel, would you be interested in watching it? 100%. 100% yes. Something is coming. And what improvements do you suggest? I guess again here for the captions bit. Maybe make it a series. Oh my god. I'm yawning. It's not because it's boring, because I'm actually hungry. I've not taken breakfast yet. Nasikia koko. That's the cock crane. So yeah, The caption speech, I took that. More episodes because there are some. Maybe make it a series. Dot dot dash. Something. Happening. Invest more on equipment because you're well versed, and yeah. So hopefully you get more fans and more money and more become this amazing people and do awesome things and have more in our toolkit and in our arsenal. Yeah, the other one, just again, local language to make it more accessible to a broader audience. I do not mind a niche audience, by the way. I don't mind if it's niche. I appreciate everything. But more editing and incorporate more visual artworks. Yeah, I will continue painting. Would you recommend this? The second last question. Would you recommend this documentary to others? 100% yes. Yes. 100%. 100% yes. Thank you. Any other comments or suggestions? We are at the end. I admire your mind. I think I do know who made this comment, but thank you. I admire your mind. You did an excellent okay. You did an excellent job. Keep creating. You inspired me so much. Yes. Keep pushing. You're so talented. Oh yes. What camera do you use? Because that's Zoom. I think I I know who that is, but cannot power shots. I was really motivated by how you was creative. I know it takes time. Oh my gosh, yes, it does. It does. It does. It does. But we love it. That's why we love it. We have an awesome creative partner now, my twin, in a few years to come. Trust me, you will dominate this industry. Yeah, I remember reading that comment. I was like, thank you. Thank you. It's coming. It's all coming together. Woo! Now, yeah, I was really your work is mind blowing. Okay, thank you very much. Kisses, I receive them everywhere. So inspired. I love that you are. You're talented. And the creativity and effort you put into this was evident. Yes, we work hard here. We work hard and work smart. We are proud of it. So thank you so much. I think that's the end. Woo! Thank you for the comments. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your encouragement. I know there's so much I also received personally through on WhatsApp messages in person, and I also appreciate all that and put it together. Hapa. This is good because then I can always go back to this document and and refresh and remind myself and kind of have a proof of something that was done. So thank you very much. I know it was your name. So now I can actually go and take tea. Whew, but this was awesome, and yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see what next things I'm working on. Can you see up there? Do you see? Do you, oh no. But do you see those things happening on top there? Yeah. There's something happening there. I can't wait for you guys to see those ones, and yeah, and they're making off video coming soon. Coming soon. So thank you so much and goodbye. I wanted to say good night, but like goodbye. Yo, I'm hungry. Planning nasikia kulala. Bye. See you very soon. Very soon, very soon. Alafu. Saa tutaduni tuzidi kuzidi. Bye.